Pappy's back this week. We're going to try something a little different. We're going to go over the future plans I have for the Firebird. Of course, it's got a 305 with a turbo 350. We want to upgrade that. The car originally came with that. And I want to use a Pontiac 455 engine to go back in it. And I want to convert it to a manual transmission. That would make the car a lot more fun. We've done this before with my son's Camaro. And I want to show you what's involved of what we're going to do with the Firebird. We'll go over that again, and I want to show you, I put together some parts and stuff of what it'd take to make this conversion. I know there's kits out there available through different companies. They make complete kits, but they are expensive, which I don't have that kind of funding. So I'm going to have to do it one piece at a time, but I'll show you what I found, and we'll go over that now. The biggest part of doing this swap, it requires a good bit of fabrication and welding experience. I wouldn't try to get in that as a bolt-on deal. It's just not going to work out for you. If you got to do that, you probably want to go with one of those kits. But in my case, I'm going to try to fab as much of the parts as I can. I've got some listing of some parts here that you can buy through Modern Driveline for the pedals. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm definitely going to buy those. And I'll get some linkage from them as well. And the transmission, I got to see what's available out there. I do have a bell housing and a flywheel for my 455 now. I already got that. So I'll need to get a clutch assembly for it. With my sons, we started with a donor car. That might be an option too if you can find one at a reasonable price. Remember, you can use the Chevrolet, and they're more plentiful, and usually you can get them at a better price. But if you have to go with new parts, I would definitely go with a kit, just for the fact, unless you can fabricate some stuff yourself. But that's where I'm at with this, and I want to just go over with it, and I can show you how to where you need to drill the holes in the firewall. This is all using the factory clutch linkage, and I've got in the layout here. You'll see with Cale's car, we got a donor car, but this was 20 years ago, and the cars were a lot cheaper back then. So we got pretty much everything we needed to make that swap. We scored. Now I've got a pictures of the firewall, and we took close pictures of a donor car that was a manual. So these pictures will show where the holes were. We cleaned the firewall and painted it really good, and you can see dents that the factory puts in, center punch dents. And I've got those clearly marked, and you can see how we use that along with the insulation on the floorboard. It lined up perfectly. You can see where the clutch rod passes through. So that worked out good. And you can use that to set your firewall up as well. That's what I'm going to use, is these pictures from where we did Cale's car. The donor came in handy. They had center punches made into the firewall, and I used that as reference points, and you can do the same thing. I would just clean it up and paint it. It's a good time to do that anyway when you got the brake booster and the master cylinder out of the way. It's easy to get to. And the wheel well. It's definitely a must. I'd pull those three just so you have access. But yes, you can use just a cheap hole puncher from Harbor Freight and do it yourself. Save some money. I appreciate all my subscribers, and if you could share this channel and give me a thumbs up and help me get some subscribers. I'd like to get it to grow. But if you like the content, definitely give me a thumbs up. And it's free. So anyway, until next week.